The Hyundai Palisade has long been one of the best three-row SUVs on the market, and for 2026 it's been completely redone. Just look at this chunky styling. And under the hood, for the first time, a hybrid engine, a turbo 2.5-liter 4 that's really just great on gas and also provides a lot of power. What's not to like? Get in. This is Family Wheels. This is not a refresh of the popular Palisade platform. It is a redo. A little bigger. The front end is much more aggressive, chunky. The Hyundai Kia Group has been going that way in recent years. I like it. And Hyundai goes out of its way to say that the styling cues at the front, on the side, and at the back are intended to make the vehicle seem larger than it is. I consider it a full-size vehicle. To me, more significant than the styling changes and the slight size changes is what's under the hood. A 2.5-liter turbocharged 4-cylinder engine, but it is also a hybrid. It uses much less fuel than the V6 version, which is the other powertrain you can get. The kicker to this whole powertrain story is that the 4-cylinder has a lot more horsepower and torque than the V6. It's got 42 more horsepower than the 3.5-liter V6, in addition to being far more efficient. Win-win. There is one qualifying note I will add. The V6 can tow 5,000 pounds. The Hybrid 4 can tow 4,000. In sport mode, let's see how this three-row SUV handles through a series of bends. Well, you have to take your time. It is a big vehicle, and it weighs a lot. Nonetheless, I really like the smooth ride, and the smoothness of the ride does not interfere with your ability to get around a corner. So, good job considering the size of the vehicle. Let's check the feel of the brakes on the Palisade, coming down from 70K, that's in the low 40-mile-an-hour range. The thing weighs 5,000 pounds. And on a slightly damp road, we had all the control you could ask for in slowing down a vehicle that weighs more than 2,200 kilograms. The more I drive the 2026 Palisade, the more impressed I am with its ride just over regular surfaces. It's very smooth, and not a spongy ride either. It's not sloppy. Let's take the Palisade down our neighborhood bumpy road with its patches, potholes, and speed bumps. See how it handles them. And it handles them very well. There are 5 trims of the Palisade. Preferred trend is the bottom one, then the XRT Pro, somewhat off-roadish. It actually has some really nice touches in that area. The luxury hybrid, ultimate calligraphy, which is the V6, and then this vehicle, the ultimate calligraphy hybrid, which is absolutely packed with features. And I think it competes very well against some European rivals. But if you don't need all that stuff, if you don't need, for instance, heated and ventilated seats in the second row, you can get the luxury hybrid for $5,000 less. The Palisade passes our Family Wheels child seat test, but with some qualifications. I put behind me the kind that takes up the most space, rear-facing. Up front, there's decent room between my knees and the glove box door. However, this only works for me. I'm 180 centimeters tall, 5 feet 11 inches, if the second row, captain's chair, is pushed all the way back. And of course, that impinges on the knee room for the third row on that side. There's ample room for 2 adults in the second row of the Palisade. The driver's seat ahead of me is set up, of course, for me. Here in the back, I've moved this seat a fair bit forward to help out the folks in the third row. Lots of room between my knees and the seat back. Now, at the calligraphy level, there are all kinds of features. Moonroof, heated and ventilated seats in the second row, a complete set of HVAC controls, USB-C ports on the sides of either of the front seats, three-prong 115-volt outlet, and a little bin in the center. The second row seats have power everything, including recliner mode, but also one of the only flaws in this otherwise excellent SUV. Passengers wanting to get into the third row are going to get wet in a Vancouver downpour because the second row captain's chairs are so slow. Maybe the bench seat option is faster. There's actually an acceptable amount of room for a couple of adults in the third row of the Palisade, at least for a short trip. And the second seat is comfortable for me, as is the first row of seats. Now here in the third row, I've still got room between my knees and the seat back. Now in the third row, we don't get ventilated seats, oh dear, but there are heated seats. They too are adjustable fore and aft. The Hyundai Palisade was already one of the most desirable SUVs in its class, and for 2026 it is up the game again, particularly this 2.5-liter hybrid model. But what do you think? Leave a comment. As always, thanks for watching, thanks for liking, and thanks for subscribing. I'm Richard Detman, and I'll see you next time on Family Wheels.